It sure is. So this is going to be quite a battle. Dylan Frazier to serve. Let's play pickleball. And two quick ones for the youngsters. See Julian Arnold trying to get on the pogo Sizik himself there and get going.
If you haven't watched, you know, Frazier and Johnson, they're extremely methodical players. They're as athletic as they come, but they really don't press very often in their games. Always looking to play the smart shot, whatever that may be.
Meanwhile, on the other side, there will be theatrics.
Absolutely. And yeah, from just a point construction standpoint, Arnold and Wilson are going to be a little more creative. You see how they dance around, try to find their weapons, looking to apply pressure in more creative ways.
And we saw that Thomas Wilson forehand was hunting yesterday. Very nearly took out Ben Johnson, Anna Lee Waters with Vivian David. It was a show.
When he gets it going, he is tough to slow down and certainly one of the best players in the world when he brings his A game.
And they quickly have erased that 2-0 hole and are up 3-2 here. Oh my goodness. Julian Arnold with an inside-out forehand off the bounce and a yell to go with it.
Yeah, if you notice, he got J.W. Johnson to actually slide the other way as he was hitting that. Great disguise, great deception.
Same guy.
Same guy.
4-2-2.
Good hands there from Dylan Frazier as Arnold came after him. But that's the way they play.
Styles.
Yeah.
That's the contrast in styles. He's going to take more chances that are not waiting for him on a silver platter, but sometimes it certainly works.
Second serve.
That did catch Frazier. I wasn't sure tape or his arm, but it was some combination of all that. But second serve. And just that ball is heading to the south part of Texas. How hard he hits that, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's not the biggest guy out there, but certainly in a top 5 category for liveliest arms on tour.
And he probably has a nasty fastball if he was ever a pitcher. Good lead from Thomas Wilson there, so they win a patient point. That's huge for Arnold and Wilson.
Yeah, they're certainly capable of it. Like I said, I think they can do a little of everything, but they're going to be the more bold team, more than likely, and it's just going to be a matter of can their attacks get through the elite counterpunching and hand speed of Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson.
And some entertainment during the egg hunt portion of the match here underneath the bleachers. And Wilson pats Arnold over to the proper side of the court. And just too much firepower. We almost had a ball hit and bounce and head over the other side of the net there.
Yeah, good concentration by Dylan Frazier.
Right
Certainly
here.
Changed direction on him, but he was able to still make it and stay ahead in the point.
Terrific athletes all over this court.
Yeah, if you like athletic pickleball, you are in the right spot.
Missed return there for Frazier. So you got a couple of boys that train in South Florida and the youngsters, and then these two from right here in Austin. Not going to be able to get there. Wilson with a little tag of the leg on the
playfully
very
on
playful.
his feet.
Very playful. Oh my goodness. Julian Arnold now flicks it down the middle from a low ball position. My goodness.
Yeah, no backswing at all. Looks exactly like his preparation for a dink, and then just climbs up the back of the ball.
Oh, and beautiful shot from J.W. Johnson there as Wilson tries to get the scorpion ready, but on the wrong side of his body.
Yeah, Johnson hit the correct location there with Wilson going to the scorpion.
And good lead by both players there.
Yeah, good idea by Frazier. He definitely had a tunnel there, but just a little bit long on that occasion.
Winner of this one will get Wright and Riley Newman, who had a battle with McGuffin and Ignatowicz, got through that one in 3. That time tries to speed up with the two-handed backhand well deep.
Yeah, I like the technique that Arnold uses, though. When he takes it back with two hands. If he dinks, he just takes one hand off and goes to the one-handed dink. But that way it's disguised if he decides to pull the trigger on the speed up with two hands.
Yeah, you need to make everything look the same at this level or you are going to get eaten alive.
100%.
Nice serve down the middle.
Second serve.
Yeah, nice pressurized dink there from Wilson, getting Johnson just a touch overextended.
A great deep return, so a quick side out for Arnold and Wilson.
7-3-1.
And look at Julian Arnold. There's our first Andiamo. It comes out of his mouth. It even says Andiamo on the bottom of his paddle, Kyle.
Andiamo's everywhere, Dave, and what a difficult speed up that he was able to get through there. I wouldn't have been brave enough to attack that, but there's a reason I'm here and not there. Well done, Julian.
So, Andiamo indeed. Let's go. Let's all speak a little Italian. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. There you see a lot of laughter for Arnold and Wilson, and they're coming off a silver medal at our last tournament, so this is definitely a team playing with a lot of confidence. Oh my goodness. And they keep finding winners off the bounce here, Kyle.
And this is a tough matchup, in my opinion, for Frazier and Johnson. They normally beat teams just through making balls and their counterpunching, but this is a high-level attacking team. Johnson and Frazier may need to beat them with a taste of their own medicine and go first occasionally rather than waiting the entire time to be attacked.
And there's another. You want to talk about lively arms and finishing power. J.W. Johnson certainly has that.
Yeah, very much in that top 5 conversation himself.
I mean, Julian Arnold is going backwards in the transition area and firing away, Kyle.
Yeah, the coach in me says, stop, stop, but he's making it work most of the time, so don't listen to me. Do your thing out there, Julian.
That is a great two-handed backhand from Thomas Wilson. Much more known for the forehand, but blew up the body there.
Yeah, measured that one perfectly.
392.
And there's J.W. Johnson. That's just really good.
Yeah, that's his signature shot. He can generate a lot of offense from even low heights in a very short, compact, flicking motion.
492.
They grind out a dink battle. So 2 points from taking game one are the 6th seed here. Good leave from J.W. Johnson there.
942.
And that's too good. So Arnold couldn't get the ball down, and good pressure from Frazier and Johnson, warming to the task a little bit here.
Yeah, certainly needed that side out if they're going to make a push here in game one.
Just terrific hands, because Arnold thought he finally got his team ahead with that big swing.
Yeah, he took a full cut right on the line, and J.W. Johnson didn't move at all and was able to get it back.
And Thomas Wilson, I don't know why he's apologizing, inside out cut.
Yeah, such a smart shot. He knew that Johnson would be leaning to that forehand middle, figured if he could get it into the body, all he could do is block, and his partner puts the next one away.
And maybe it clipped the tape, and Arnold firing through the middle again.
951.
Oh. That is outrageous pickleball right there. Thomas Wilson hit a ball 450 miles an hour, and J.W. Johnson got it back.
Same thing. He doesn't even back up off the line, just barely flinches and gets it back with some interest on it.
So this is what really stomping on the pedal looks like. You're going to live and die with it. They've got a 4-point lead. And a nice little flick up the middle there, and a great handle of a ball that skidded off the line there by Thomas Wilson earlier in that dink rally. My goodness gracious, Thomas Wilson comes and slams the door after some tremendous hands from these two.
No, unbelievable point for so many reasons, but perfect timing and recognition by Wilson there to straighten that out. That is some high-level athleticism on display here.
And then they actually earn a point on the scoreboard by a missed return.
1051.
But they don't care. Game point, Arnold and Wilson. And that will do it. So Arnold and Wilson just say, we're going fast the entire time. We're taking risks. It paid off big time, 11-5.
Yeah, we talked about that kind of fire and ice analogy with the two teams, and the first game was played more of a fire tempo, and thus why we see Arnold and Wilson come out on top. Again, you have to be yourselves out there, but I would like to see as an adjustment, Frazier and Johnson look to take it to them a little bit more in those neutral situations.
All right, Arnold, Wilson up. Game number one. We'll have game number two when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Look at those boys like they were last week, dressed matching.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
This is well planned out, Dave.
Really looking good there and playing great as well.
002.
Good hands from J.W. Johnson. And just to give a little strategy behind this match, Johnson and Frazier won the toss and chose to start on the video board side, which we know is the bad side. So that means they would end in a 3-game match on this side they're on right now. So we'll see if they get that opportunity.
Yeah, and players on the far end or teams on the far end have struggled to get that ball to bounce and be able to move forward with the soft game. Keep an eye on Wilson and Arnold if they're able to neutralize points and get to the kitchen in game 2 here.
And J.W. Johnson takes a high dink after a couple of bomb forehands were hit down the middle and repelled by Frazier and Johnson. My goodness. Oh, and a big swing from Julian Arnold there. And this looks like the start of the first game. 2-0 quickly for Frazier and Johnson, and then it all went the other way. Good save from Frazier there, but Wilson was ready.
He has a nice first attack from Arnold there. Found that right shoulder of Frazier and couldn't quite get a clean counter punch.
And there's a freebie given right back on a missed volley.
1-2-1. Second serve.
Drives the third and the fifth, can't make the seventh.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to drop one eventually. He knows that. Decided to test the hands with the double drive, but couldn't convert the next drop.
I mean, the pace that is being blocked back without hesitation.
Yeah, this is as good as I've seen J.W. Johnson's hands. I mean, he's just very much in control every time that ball comes to his side, and he's cleanly clocking volleys right now.
3-1-1.
Julian Arnold talking about his missed return there. Oh, and that's Thomas Wilson's specialty, but the ball is going to come back towards the net, not fly to him on that side, and it's quickly 4-1. Again, ball up, smash down. And you're not going to hear the loud screaming from the players, but the crowd is enjoying this run. And 5-1. 6-1. Both Arnold and Wilson have missed a return.
Yeah, and when those balls are floating, especially with the skill set of Johnson and Frazier, being able to lean in, staying right on that line, really easy for them to lean in and find aggressive opportunities.
So, what do you know? Everybody on the near side is looking good. We'll see if that pattern continues here on a Saturday in Texas. Welcome back, everybody. Frazier and Johnson looking very, very good here. And give a shout out to our referees, Tony Jade and James Otto, Onisha Smith. And if it gets to the video, Roger Workman ready to rule. And out of the timeout, they get some missed volley and nice pressure from the Missouri Tiger, Dylan Frazier, prowling the jungle.
Yeah, we talked about the need for them to be more aggressive here in game 2, especially with the side. Seems like they're making a conscious effort to play up tempo, and it's working really well so far.
Side out.
Nice job by Arnold, just getting enough spin on that volley to keep that down out of the strike zone of Frazier and Johnson on the next ball.
And again, the ball is going to travel away from Arnold as he comes forward and can't come up with it. Doing a little comedy hour over there, though, on the way back.
Yeah, certain players really let you into the inner monologue of what's going on. And we've got a front row seat as far as what's going on in Arnold's head right now.
Oh, that's a great take from Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, recognized that the ball dropped just slightly lower than the net, made his move to poach, committed to it, and put it away.
Yeah, I love that he stayed engaged, too, because the first one came back and he was ready. That's really good from Frazier.
Good tip at home for you players. Once you start the first one, be ready. It usually comes back to that same exact location.
Get that out of here. J.W. Johnson says, Andiamo.
And to be early enough on that, Dave, to
get
actually pull that ball cross court shows that he's seeing the ball like a watermelon right now.
Can't quite dig that one out, but my goodness, what a difference a side makes here. Arnold yelling, go.
191.
And that is go, and that is louder.
You know, Wilson says, you know, I can do that too. Great poach by him. Same situation as we just saw, just reversed.
Sails deep. Okay, and you know the opponents, if they like to poke at Frazier and Johnson because they will not give you anything back from an emotion standpoint. Firepower brewing. There it is. The crowd just waits. It's like, when are you going to push the Andiamo button, Julian? Well, he pushed it, and that usually means the other side pushes the timeout button.
You know, and sometimes when you get vocal as a team, the feet follow, and that's been the difference these last few points. They have been moving really, really quickly and decisively and giving them. So I like the timeout here from Frazier and Johnson, just controlling the momentum, making sure, hey, let's settle ourselves, still have a lead. We'll go from there.
And we've been talking about how important it is to get those deep returns, Kyle. And when it looks at everything in the world, Vint loves a great return as well. They are an investment platform working to provide returns through alternative assets. They make it possible for investors, big, small, to diversify the portfolio with fine wine and rare spirits. That's right. SEC qualified offerings that you can add to your investment portfolio. Learn more at vint.co. All that energy and a missed serve.
You always feel like a genius when you call a timeout and they miss the serve on the next one.
Andiamo this. Oh, and then a missed volley. So that's, if you want to know why you call timeout, that is it right there. This place was a cauldron, and now it's just leveled off again. Good flick from Thomas Wilson, and that goes deep.
And you see a contrast even in the footwork among the two teams. Because Arnold and Wilson are looking for opportunities to attack, they're often using more steps to try to allow themselves to find that offensive lane.
And J.W. Johnson firing away. Wilson couldn't get out of the way. That looked like it might go deep, but lot of laughter over here. You're getting a comedy club ticket with your pickleball ticket today, but this is game point. And good night, says the Missouri Tiger. And Thomas Wilson asked the crowd to wait till the point ends to cheer. It's not talking to the players, but the fans are now involved in this. So Side has certainly been the difference. And to remind everybody, Johnson and Frazier won the toss and chose to start on the bad side, which means they'd end up on the good side in a game 3, and here we are.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a tournament where the coin flip has mattered more, because the side, we've seen the pattern match after match, so they will end on that side. We'll see how it starts.
We'll be back for that intrigue after this. Welcome back, everybody, and breaking news from the women's side. Terashenko and Wright have upset Jansen and Jones in 3, so they are moving on to the semis. And that's big. We talked about the side, and any points you can get on the far side of the court are humongous here.
Yeah, it's just a total bonus at this point. You don't even feel like you have to necessarily switch with the lead if you're Frazier and Johnson, but as many points as you can get matter a lot.
So a lot of pressure on Wilson and Arnold to run up the score, so to speak, here on the near side. And that is a gorgeous finish from Julian Arnold there.
Again, we've talked about the variety. He goes from clocking a two-handed backhand to leaning in and flicking with one hand on the very next shot.
Stupid athleticism.
Second serve.
Only you could answer that, Thomas.
2 inner monologues.
Yes,
now.
I know. I like it. It just apparently it just oozes into whoever plays with Julian. Oh my, and goes at the body. I know he didn't want to go that close to the face, and he's apologizing for that ball, trying to hit the upper right shoulder.
Yeah, wanted to just force JW to block there, getting into the body, but just got away from him a little bit.
And there's the challenge of that side, just trying to dial in. Where do I put the ball so it'll bounce in the kitchen? Oh, and Arnold looking for the volleyball tap, which is not available, although we should have a jungle rules match. That would be fun. Can't will that one over, but again, have gotten one both times they've had the ball, which is big.
Yeah, the JW Johnson flick right now, that backhand flick has really been the difference in turning this match around. He's leaning in and really tough to attack on that side as well.
1-2-1. Point.
And there's a missed return. He's got to move on, Dylan Frazier. Keep spinning that paddle. Yeah, J.W. Johnson's like, go ahead, just keep swinging at me. I'm ready.
Yeah, especially off the line. And where normally if you're a little off the line, you can swing through that wall, but not with J.W. Johnson today. You have to be on the line if you're going to attack him and expect it to get through.
Good leave there, and that's the other impact of being on that far side. If you get caught a little bit, it'll stay in that jet stream at the same height. So 3-2 Arnold and Wilson. Usually don't feel pressure at 3-2 in the third, but you know you only have 6 you're allowed to have here.
Yeah, you really need to race to 6 as much as you can, because you know you're going to be at a slight disadvantage, or maybe a significant disadvantage, to be fair, when you get to the other side. So they want to get to 6 as fast as they possibly can.
Good. Yes. 3-2-2.
Arnold made the harder of the 2 resets there. So ball back, and Frazier and Johnson again just pick away, one here, one there. The answer is yes, and again, J.W. Johnson on the backhand has been impressive.
Yeah, and especially with playing a team that dinks so aggressively. Lean in and not let those balls bounce very often. That's probably the best counter move against aggressive dinking.
And Arnold pulls the trigger but catches the tape. So 4-3 Frazier and Johnson here. It already feels like a win for those two. That's terrific hands from Wilson there. That ball was humming off the tape.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great concentration. Very easy to make an error when there's some variables thrown your way.
You do have challenges. So the result there is point.
So perhaps on that ball off the tape, he shuffled his feet, and we have a fault. We have a fault call here. And, oh, yes, on the next ball, the left foot comes down. There's a nice inside-out speed up. Great job by the referees there, all over it.
Yeah, even though he contacted it out of the kitchen, his momentum, just that toe finding the line, great spot there by the officials.
Good leave there. So again, Tony, Jaden, and James Otto all over it as our referees. So, my goodness, 3-5. They have got to go now. So good from J.W. Johnson. We haven't seen him attacking off the bounce much. That was perfection.
And because we haven't seen it, it's that much more effective when he executes it, just because they're not expecting it on the other side.
And there is the fire. You talked about the fire in the ice. Full flame right there.
And they're going to need to continue the full flame. Great job by just clogging the middle and completely taking control of that point from Julian Arnold.
And just SWAT team hands from J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier, and they have another chance to switch with the lead here.
5-4-1.
Just extended a little much.
Yeah, need a half a step more. I like the read, but the arm got there before the feet.
Oh my, if Dylan Frazier lets that go to the J.W. Johnson paddle, we're switching sides, but we're not.
Yeah, and so tough to execute these step back attacks. It's not even all that disguised.
No.
When they know it's coming, you really have to hit your spot well.
How do you miss that? It's a tennis ball. Second
Just-
serve.
It's a tennis volley. You heard him say it. It is just that cut tennis volley that he's done since a young boy playing tennis. Right on the line on the return.
Side up.
Again, this huge opportunity to switch with the lead for Frazier and Johnson.
Yeah, nice aggression there by Wilson. Gets his feet out of the way and didn't hit that as hard as he could, but he put a lot of spin on that ball. Very tough to handle in transition.
This time, J.W. Johnson's able to get in there. Arnold is frustrated, and that is a huge start to game 3 for the youngsters.
Yeah, Arnold knows. I mean, I don't think he'd be as frustrated if it weren't for the side advantage. He knows that that's not what they wanted, to go to the tougher side with a deficit.
Great job by Frazier and Johnson. Can they keep it going? Welcome back, everybody. We have switched ends. Frazier and Johnson have the lead and the alleged good side. We'll see if it is indeed for them. And that is wide.
Point.
Yeah, and if you're Arnold and Wilson here, you really have to get deep returns and good first volleys. If not, that up-tempo style on this side that Frazier and Johnson are likely to play is just gonna kill you.
And another mistake from Arnold. That's a killer right there. 8-4.
8-4-2.
And Thomas Wilson comes flying in out of nowhere. They decide to switch, put Wilson on the left. My goodness. Okay.
He was a blur right there. Came out of nowhere.
Second serve.
And there's that challenge on that side of dropping the ball.
Again, you know, I mentioned the need for Frazier and Johnson to get a little more aggressive. Specifically, Johnson has really stepped it up these last couple of games, and he is the player that's dictating most right now on the court.
He's played fantastic here to get them to this point. Just misses.
JW can't believe he missed that opening.
And Julian says, sorry, out. Oh, no. And a miscommunication on a ball going 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, they normally talk pretty well. Probably Arnold's ball just because of where it landed, but he was trying to defer to the forehand.
Yes.
Tough to make that decision in real time.
And they both moved a millimeter at the same time, so they both backed out. Oh, Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, still like the play from Frazier. It just got slightly behind him. Credit to the counterpunching ability of Wilson and Arnold there.
So there's the challenge on this side. Is it's in your face is the wind. You're trying to switch, so you got to go in a hurry. Oh, no, again, they got out of that one. And that just can't lob on that side from a defensive way.
Yeah, it just doesn't work, you know, with the wind. Once it catches that much of it, it is gone.
Oh my, they finally got a ball to bounce, and I thought Wilson was going to do push-ups over here on the side of the court.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times, and we don't know how much the wind is a factor there, but given where it's going, the ball's naturally going to want to pull down. It starts looking above the net. By the time you're there, it's below the net.
So we are at match point for J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier.
10-5-1.
And they get it on a misreturn. So a match full of fire, full of volume, goes to the quiet duo who let their hands and their play do the talking. Really impressive from Johnson and Frazier to move on.
Yeah, certainly one of my favorite teams to watch, not just because of their ability, but honestly, I love how supportive they are of each other. I've seen matches where one's had to carry the other. They're never critical. They have an obvious chemistry, and they're moving on.
So they are going to move on to the semifinals. We will have that later. The ladies are back when we come back.